What is going on, guys? My name is Lextasy and welcome back to the channel. So I have a lot of people asking me, what do my car payments look like on the three vehicles that I own, the RS7, the GTR, and of course the Z01 that I just purchased. Today we're going to be talking about the 2018 Audi RS7 that's modified, and I'm going to kind of go over the things that you need to look out for and make sure they're getting a good deal when it comes to buying one of these, or any car for that matter, especially if they're modified. So let's get this video started. And by the way, guys, this video is for everybody. You don't have to be looking at a $100,000 car. It could be a $20,000 car. It could be a $35,000 car like my ZL1 was. Any car you're looking at, this video is going to relate to you. And the first thing I want to say is I'm not perfect. So I've made wrong purchases, wrong decisions in my purchases. I have tons of stories to tell you guys. I mean, I've been through 35 cars in 5 years. So you can say I've been through the ringer. I've been through all kinds of situations. So I wish somebody could have made a video like this and kind of explain how this whole process works and how to know you're getting a good deal. There's two things that I do at every purchase when I'm doing research, especially. One is that whatever vehicle you're looking at, you have to know what the depreciation is. You have to look at it, you have to do the research, because that's going to play a big role into, well, how long are you planning to keep the vehicle? Because if you're going to be keeping it for less than a year like I do on most of my cars, if it depreciates insane amount, you're going to be screwed. You're going to be flipped and it's going to be hard for you to get out of the vehicle. This Audi RS7 depreciation is right at, I think, 16% per year, which is a hard pill to swallow when a car is worth about $100,000. So it was a tough one, but I knew that I had to have it because it was modified and there was a lot that was done to it. So it just all depends on the situation, of course, but definitely do your research. My GTR depreciates about 8 to 9%, which is not bad at all for a $100,000 car. Now, how do you find this information? How do you find the depreciation on the vehicle? Well, the cool thing is, and the way I do it, is you go on Google, you type in whatever vehicle you're looking at. So for example, Audi RS7, and then type in price trends after that and press search. You're going to see that Car Gurus is actually going to pop up a graph which showing different depreciation for, I think, 90 days to half a year to a year. So you can see throughout the process or throughout the age of the vehicle how much it depreciates every single year. You got to play it smart. You have to use that tool, because whenever I was doing my GTR, that's going to be a different video. There's a reason I did it, and that's because of how much negative equity I had. And even though GTR wasn't my first choice, I knew it's a car I would love, but it's also a car that can handle a lot of negative equity. So there's a lot that goes into it. And the second thing that I do every time I look for a vehicle is you got to make sure you're getting a great deal on it. I don't care if it's modified or not. If it's modified, great. That's awesome. That works in your favor, but it doesn't add to the value of the vehicle. For example, my 2013 ZL1 with 5,000 miles in perfectly stock, pristine condition would sell for a lot more than if I was to start tearing it apart. So whenever you're looking to purchase a vehicle, always go on NADA or KBB and try to get the vehicle for the trade-in value. Now, I know a lot of dealerships and car lots are going to ask for a little bit more than retail value is if the vehicle has been modified. It's totally up to you if you want to pay that or not, because keep in mind, it doesn't help in the value of the vehicle. Yes, if you were to sign up for it, let's say this one, I bought it for $20,000 more because it had tons of stuff done to it. If I was to sell it and flip it and you went to go to get the trade-in value, they don't really care that you've done it. One thing I've heard when I was purchasing vehicles, doesn't matter if it was a $30,000 car or a $100,000 car, is they'll say, well, we just did an oil change on it. It had a brake job done on it, but congratulations. I mean, you kept up with the vehicle, you did the maintenance it was supposed to have. So you couldn't have sold it with bad brakes anyway. So it's not worth more just because you did a few little things that you're supposed to do in order to sell it in good condition. Baby, God, I love driving this car, man, I swear. Anyways, guys, we're back to answer the question that you guys have all been waiting on, and that is, how much did I pay for the car? What does my interest rate look like? What does my insurance payment looks like? So here's where we're at. I purchased the vehicle from Formula One Imports in Charlotte. Great buddies of mine. I actually recommend them if anybody's looking for a high-end car or just any regular daily driving car as well. They got everything. I purchased this car. I've been paying attention to it, eyeing it for months and months and months. Finally, I mean, it happened and the track I got in a big accident. It was totaled out and they still had the car. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to take this as a sign. I'm going to see if I can go ahead and purchase this thing. So I contacted Alex and I was like, hey man, do you still have that Audi RS7? RS7. I'd love to come look at it. And he said, yeah, man, here's a few photos, here's a few videos. Owned it by a great guy. It's only got 7,000 miles. It's fully modified. And I was like, time out, modified. Kind of explain, send me videos, explain what's going on, because that's not always a good thing you want to jump into, especially on a high-end car like this that had a price point, I think a MSRP of $122,000. So he sent me a video clip, and it looks like it's got a stage 2 with the downpipes, mid-pipe intake. Everything's custom done. Everything looks legit, sounds awesome. So we start talking numbers. They had it priced, I think, at $91,000, so I got them down to $89,000. Yes, I knew the NADA value on this car was close to $80,000. I think it was like 78 or something like that, but I had to have the car, and I'll explain why I still did it a little bit further down, because there's a reason for it. There's a really good reason for it. But anyway, so I knew that the banks may have a little bit of an issue of, you know, giving a loan of 90 grand on the car that's worth 80,000. So $10,000 difference is, you know, it's a little over 110% loan to value. But anyway, so I did put $7,000 down to get the price to about 82,000 plus tax, title, and all the good fees. So the payment came down to $1,260 a month, and the interest rate was amazing. On a used car, guys, usually the average interest rate with amazing credit is around 5 to 6%. I got this car, don't have the best credit, but I got the car with $7,000 down to 3.3%, which is awesome. That's why my payment is so low. This car was about $10,000 less than the Trackhawk, which usually it converts to payment-wise of being about $200 less a month. It was $400 less because the interest rate was so much better. So here's the thing. Here's the reason I did it, and here's why I went for it. So with the 3.3% interest at 72 months on a $82,000 loan, I'm paying about $8,500 in interest. So let's say I was able to find one of these cars for $75,000, right? So a super good deal, but the interest rate was to come back at 6%. I would have paid almost $14,000 in interest, which means I would have paid more for this car than how much I'm paying right now with modifications already done. So this car has $10,000 in ADV1 two-piece wheels, plus about $7,000 in custom work that's done on it, from the intakes that are custom made by Soho Motorsports to the downpipes and the mid-pipe. So it's got about $16,000 worth of work, and I'm barely paying any interest on it. So it definitely made sense to do it this way. And now let's talk about the most important thing that you must have when you're financing a vehicle, and that's of course insurance. And please tell me you guys get GAP, because that saved me on that Trackhawk for sure. But anyways, for all three cars, I'm paying about $500 or so a month in just insurance alone. Here's something I want to say, and I will call out every freaking YouTuber out there that's got those Lamborghinis and Ferraris that are showing you insurance payment of $250, $260 Stradman for a Aventador or the Bugatti or whatever he's looking at. Those monthly payments are for a vehicle that you're going to be driving for only 3,000 miles per year. There is so much stipulations on that. It's insane. Like, for example, leasing a McLaren, leasing a Lamborghini or Ferrari, most leases are only for 3,000 miles per year, not even per month. So you got to keep that in mind. So yes, this insurance seems like it's super low when they're telling you, oh, they're paying less than $300 a month for one of those. That's because you're maxed out at 3,000. And if you were to go over that and get in an accident, they don't really have to cover you, because they only cover you for the 3,000 miles, believe it or not. I've seen that happen. You do not want to be in that boat. So I don't do that on my vehicles. All right, so long story short, guys, my insurance payment is $214 a month. My car payment is $1,260 a month for a $82,000 Audi RS7. Worth every freaking penny, and I'll do it all over again. But here's the thing, because of that low interest rate, I'm paying the car off so much quicker because it's going mostly to the principal and less to the interest than if I was to get a 6% interest on a vehicle. Because on the Trackhawk, for every $1,600 that I was putting down, $900 of it was going to the actual interest, and the rest was going to the car payment itself, to the principal. That's painful. That bank is making so much money off of me. It's insane. So as soon as I heard that Alex told me I could get this car for, well, I mean, the payment that I told you, it was a no-brainer. I mean, absolutely put the money down and get that insane payment and enjoy the car. And that's going to be it for today, guys. If you love what you're seeing, definitely drop a like and a comment. Let me know what other questions you may have for me. This has been Lextasy, guys. Thank you so much for all your support and your love. Keep in mind, 10,000 subscribers and we are going to be wrapping our cars. I don't care if they're pink. You guys get to decide what the color is going to be, and I can't wait for it. It's going to come up soon. Thank you so much for all the support, for the 3,000 subscribers that are joining the channel. That means so much to me. Seriously, guys, welcome to the crew, welcome to the family. Enjoy what you're seeing, enjoy your lives, enjoy your cars, and I will see you next time.